Okay, hello and welcome to my Python tutorial. So today we're going to be going over functions. So what these are is they're little blocks of code that essentially are repeatable. So if you see here this function, I have hello world. What it does is it prints out hello world. So when I run it in IPython, it does nothing because it's not being run. It's just being, IPython saying, oh hey, it's here, now I can use it later. So if we go into this fourth cell, you can see I want to print hello world right here. In this line it says hello world. That's how you call a function. You put its name. And then we can put print test code, print a dash times 62, whatever we want. And then we want to print hello world again. Since it's repeatable code, we can just call the function again and it'll go through. And this is helpful if, say, I want, so within here, I'll get to that in a second. But so when we run it, we get an error because I can't spell print apparently. There we go. So it's hello world. We have all our code in between. Then it prints out hello world again because that's what this function does. So next, you can have parameters through the functions. So we're going to call inside this function with param. Inside the parentheses here, you put whatever parameters you want. So I can put x, I can put y, I can put z. And in order to do this, I have to pass x, y, and z through by, as you can see down here in the fifth cell, putting whatever variable I want to be corresponding to each one in order, putting it inside the parentheses when I call it. So we want to pass something that we're going to call x within the function. We're then going to turn it into an integer. We're going to multiply it by 5. So if we put in 10 for our input, it's going to become param. Param will be equal to 10. It gets passed a function with param, becomes x, then it's x times 5 is 50, it'll print out 50. So let's try that. Put in 10, and function with param, it is defined. Oh, I have to compile it. There we go, so we put in 10, prints out 50. If we put in 7, prints out 35. That's because this param value, which comes from input, is being passed up to function with param. That number was being converted to a number. That number is being multiplied by 5 and printed out. Now what we can also do is, since this hello world is repeatable from anywhere within the class that's defined, which I'll get into classes in a later video, we can use it. So we can call hello world here. Now it seems like it's useless. We could just put this print hello world line inside function with param. We could put it where we are calling hello world in cell 4. But the reason why we use functions is because sometimes it's much more complex code. And so you want to be able to repeat it without having to write out line and line and line and line and line and line and line. And so it's much easier to just define a function and then you can call it multiple times. So anyway, so now if we call function with param, type in 10, it's going to print hello world because it's calling the hello world function, and then it's going to do 10 times 5 and give us 50. We then have a returning function. What this happens is it gives you a value back. So we have a return val variable. Since the returning function gives us a value back, we're going to set return val equal to that. So say we run 70 or 7 here in function with param, gives us 35. Well, up here in returning function, it's going to return that number times 6. So we're going to get 42. So that's pretty much functions. You can have them return a value, you can pass values to them, and they're repeatable blocks of code that you can just call from anywhere within the class. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful. And next episode we'll be going over basic data structures.